first service call of the day. American Standard, Freedom 90. Looks like we've been out here back in 2018, put on a new thermostat last year. And then it looks like some other guys came out in 2012, they put in a new circuit board. And then 2016 they did a tune-up, so it's had a little bit of work done to it. Looks like American Standard, high efficient, Honeywell, electronic air cleaner, some type of air conditioner or heat pump, and then a condensation pump. So we'll see what's going on today. Getting an error code. Looks like 3 red, 3 red flashes. The green should just be CFM on the blower, I think is what the green is. But let's look at red. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pull the door and see what 3 red flashes means. All right, so I got the door off. They put in a new control board, so we're gonna look at the, fortunately they were nice and they put the new sticker on with the control board replacement. So if we go down, look at diagnostic code, 3 red flashes is inducer or pressure switch error. So that's what we're looking at, inducer or pressure switch. So that just means, you know, probably the pressure switch isn't pulling enough, or the inducer's not pulling enough vacuum, or the switch is getting stuck. So we'll take a look. Put these panels up. Okay. Okay. And then, just looking at it, board looks okay. There's the pressure switches right here. If I come down to the inducer, you can see the inducer's, looks like it's been leaking maybe. There's a pretty good amount of water on the top of the burner box. That looks like it probably got that rollout switch all wet. So we'll check that rollout switch. And then there's a high limit back there. A little bit of water in the bottom here. So definitely a little bit of a leaky lady. Well, look at this. They got a little piece of PVC pipe holding that trap in place. It's clever. So, all right, let's fire it up, see what happens. So just looking at this thing, you can see there's a little water drop right there coming off the bottom of the inducer housing. So that's where it's dripping down onto this collector box, and it's rusting it out, getting those switches wet. So it's possible this drain is plugged up and it's causing the inducer to collect water. I can hear it in there sloshing around a tiny bit. That motor looks nasty too though. Like, why is there rust clear up on this motor? Like, what's going on there? Like, how are we getting water up there? So it might be time for a new combustion blower. All right, so got the furnace running. Couple things I noticed right away. That collar on the inducer is all rusted, which is just strange. I mean, not that that's what's causing the symptoms, but it's just weird. And so furnace just lit off. I did watch it cycle once. It ran for just a couple seconds and then it dropped out. My pressure switches are, let me see if I can get that, 1.25 inches. And then also 2.25 inches for high fire. So right now we're in low. We're looking for 1.25. I'm reading 1.6, 1.16, so a little bit low on the testometer. I got the input and the output linked up to this double pressure switch bank. So what I want to do now, you can hear a little bit of water sloshing. The other weird thing too is the bottom of this motor is just totally rusted, which is kind of weird. You can see the inducer leaking a little bit. So last time it only ran for a few seconds and shut down. So I want to watch this manometer and see what it does when this thing dies, and see if the vacuum just drops down. So now I'm up to 1.23 inches, 24, which is what this switch wants. You see it right there, 1.25. Okay, so we're just letting it cruise. It's running now. I think what it's doing is building up water, and it's just shutting down. So we'll just let this thing run, see what happens. All right, so the inducer's running. I'm watching this pressure switch just tick down. 3, 1.0, oh, and then you heard the inducer just ramped up. So it's definitely struggling. 1.5, here's second stage. It needs to hit 2 1/4. There it went, it made it. It made it to 2. And I'm thinking, now that I think about it, I don't think it made it to second stage last time. I think it just got close and then it quit. So, man, I thought it was gonna drop out there. It was ticking down pretty low. See, we'll continue monitoring and see what it does. All right, so I wasn't able to film it, but it just dropped. It's literally been running and running and running. I got a constant call for heat, and then the inducer just spiked, and it was like, wow, and then it dropped down below 1 inch water column, and then I'm getting my three flash. 1, 2, 3. So, inducer's gotta go. Got to go. What's it doing right now? It kicked down into low, I think. And the amp clamp, this guy's got a nameplate of 1.0 amps, and we're pulling 0.7, so amp wise it's not running hard, or it's not running harder than what it's rated at, so that's cool. Right now we're not pulling enough. Even low pressure switch is supposed to be 1.25, and we're down about 1 inch, so that inducer's not doing its job. And I'm still getting the 3 flash. I'm amazed. I'm amazed that it's running. I'm amazed that it's able to run with a low vacuum like that. So, okay. It's literally dripping right on top of that rollout switch. Oh man, what a mess. Okay. Alright, so pretty gnarly issue on this furnace. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this. I got a bucket here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this combustion hose and just see how much water comes pouring out of this thing. Let me see if I got a rag with me. No paper towels. I don't see that the homeowner. I'm gonna go grab a paper towel. All right, coming back on the repair. This is from yesterday's diagnostic. This American Standard furnace. I think it's American Standard, right? Or was it Train? Yeah, it's American Standard. So got a new, we're gonna do a new drain line, or trap, because I know those get all plugged up anyway, and this drain line's looking pretty gnarly. I'm gonna replace it for her, but they didn't have one available. They had to order it, so I'll come back and do that. But we're gonna put in a new drain line trap, and then we got some fittings to make that pretty, and then inducer, combustion door. So, whoa. Okay, so that'll be the new combustion blower that I'm gonna put in, and looks like we'll be transferring the limit switch, and then that cap, will we get, oh, actually this one has a cap on it, so we don't have to worry about the cap. One thing I noticed was that connector is all rusted and busted and bad, so that needs to be replaced. And I noticed this doesn't come with one, which is kind of ridiculous on the manufacturer of this housing. I mean, it's like, really, you're not going to put the clamp on? Anyway, so I talked to Gensco. They don't have that clamp, but they gave me this, so I'm just going to end up using that to hold that piece down. And so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get it. Here we go. Here's that rusted out clamp. Gnarly. Okay. Brown chicken, brown cow. Broken, whatever that is. What the heck? Oh, man. You see that? Gosh dang it. I hate when you drop stuff. You can't really see it, but my extension just fell down in the back there. Son of a gun. Okay, well, we'll deal with that later. So, we're gonna take off this guy. That's the temperature sensor for it to overheat. The new one. sensor going on. I got to get that extension out before I can go any further. Got it. All right. There they are. There's my needle nose. They're way down there. Okay. All right. And then that guy's done. Okay, back on track. Now we're gonna put this guy in. And we're gonna go like this. There we go. Good gravy. Why does that not lock in? So new combustion blower is temporarily in place. Got the limit switch transferred over. New one fits right up nice. We're gonna put that new hose clamp up here. And we got one screw. We got that one. We gotta hook up this drain, and then we gotta put a screw down there. So I'm gonna tighten this one up by hand, just so I know I'm getting it. Yep. Yep. And this guy, yep, so those are all tight. Okay. So that guy's all tight. I'm gonna try to clean up this drain line. I don't want to just put that. Now I want to clean it. Okay. And then let's see. We got this guy back in. Bam. And then this guy back in. Bam. Okay. And those guys are back in. And then this guy. Okay. All right, so I got that little universal hose clamp piece in place. I'm gonna use my Midwest snips to cut it down. Cut it down like that. Bam, just like that. We straight. All right, so I got the combustion blower in place. I got this this ring up here tightened down, so this collar is like super tight now. No chance of it having any gaps or leaks or anything. So that's good. We got the switch reconnected. We got the power connected. So that guy's solid. The next thing I'm gonna do now is replace this trap. I'm gonna have to take this bracket off and then end up cutting this somewhere and seeing about that one. So that's gonna be part 2 now, is working on this trap. All right, so I got the old trap pulled out. You can see it's pretty. The small hose here, which was coming off the inducer, was pretty plugged up. When I pulled that hose off, there was water like almost all the way up to the top of it. So yeah, no doubt these things just plug up, man. So we're gonna swap it out, put in a new one, and that should take care of the repair. So I got the drain just kind of fit up into place. I haven't connected it yet, but so this is what I did. I'm using their original 3/4 PVC, and then oops, on this trap, it's kind of a weird size, but what I did is I have this is basically a 1/2 inch inside and then 3/4 on the outside. So the outside of this piece is 1/2 inch. Now I have a 3/4 CPVC fitting, which does technically fit inside. So I could do that, but the thing is, I'm just limiting, you know, how much water can come out if I do that CPVC on the inside. So I think I prefer having this bigger opening piece, because then if I do that, then it goes like this. And then I just feel like I get a little bit better, you know, water flow coming out. And then the 1/2 inch 90 will just go right on top down into the condensation pump. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and glue it up with some ADY Rain or Shine medium blue PVC cement. Here we go. All right, here we go. Drain in place. Got this hose put on. This is the old hose. It's just gonna have to do for now until I can get the new one. It comes in tomorrow. So hose in place, inducer in place. We're gonna go ahead and apply power, and we're gonna see what happens. Should be calling for heat still. It was calling for heat when I killed it. 1, 2, 3. It's still going through the error code history. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Okay. Now the error code stopped. Now it's just doing its regular thing. Looks like I might have to jumper it to get some heat going. And HSI is already kicking on. Let's see, flame. There's gas valve, boom, there's flame. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep an eye on this and see, just watch it run and listen to it. That the old inducer that I swapped out, that dead boy over there, you could hear it ramping up and down, and the manometer was flexing accordingly. So I expect to just hear a steady, already this one sounds way better. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on it, and then also I'm gonna clean out their filter because I looked at it yesterday and it was terrible. So we're gonna clean out the filter and we're going to monitor the furnace, and we're hoping for the best. Just last minute check in on this furnace. It's been running about 10 minutes now, and it's looking good. No error codes. It's running on high stage. That inducer is just cranking. I can hear the water, and you can see it. You can see that water flowing. So water's flowing down to that trap, no problem. I am still going to replace the hose, but you can see that steady stream. So we're draining good. Got no drips. No drips on the back of the furnace. Actually, it looks like we got a tiny bit right there. Look at that. And that one, it looks like it's dripping off the same place, man. That's crazy. So I'm gonna let it run. I'm gonna check on it. I'm gonna come back and replace this drain line anyway. So I'll check on this inducer when I come back and just see how it's looking. But that's absolutely crazy. It's leaking like that, a brand new one. So might need to add some silicone or something to that guy just to seal it up. But otherwise it looks good. No leaks on the trap, fittings. So this is it, man. Job complete. We out.